In this part, we are going to create the models. So first, we are going to create a folders called models. And then inside the folder, we create a file called items.js. And then we are going to use the mongoose package. So we need to use required. And then we need to get something from the mongoose object, and which is the schema. So we create a variable called schema is equal to mongoose.schema. And then we set the constant item schema is equal to new schema. And then name is string, so we set the type string. And it is required, so we set the required is true. And then the next property is the price. And if you do not require these properties, you can just name it as price and then number. But we also want this as a required properties. So we set the type is number and required is true. And then we are going to enable the timestamp. So we need to put another properties here, which is the timestamps we set to true. When you enable this timestamp, the mongoose will add the create add and update add properties to your schema. And by default, the create add and update add are of type date. So when you update the documents, the mongoose will automatically increment the update add. And at last, we are going to create a model based on this schema. So we set the constant item is equal to mongoose.model, and then we name it as items, and then we use the schema of item schema. And at last, we will export that so that we can use it in elsewhere. So we use modules.export is equal to item, and this is very important item because it will look at this name and pluralize it, and then it look for the collections inside the MongoDB. For example, if you name it as items, it will look for the collection items. And if you name it as apples, and then it will find the collections named as apples. So this word is very important for finding the collections. So we turn it back to items.